Bismillah, alhamdulillah, wassalatu wassalamu ala rasulillah wa ala alihi wa sahbihi wa man wala. Imam Tha'labi rahimahullah azza wa jalla, he mentions in his book, he mentions a story of Al-Asma'i, the great scholar of the Arabic language, Al-Asma'i. He said that Asma'i, he left his city traveling to another city in Iraq. And when he left his city, he came across a Bedouin. And this Bedouin, he asked him, "Where are you from?" He said, "I'm from Bani Asma'." So he said, "Oh, are you Asma'i?" He had heard of him. He was famous. He said, "Yes." He said, "Where have you come from?" He said, "جئت من مكان يتلى فيه كلام الرحمن." I have come from a place recited in it is a speech of Allah Azza wa Jal. The Bedouin, who was a Muslim, he said, أول الرحمن كلام يتلوه الآدميون. He said, does Allah have speech that human beings recite? He had never heard of Qur'an. He's Muslim. Subhanallah. So Asma'i said, "Yes." So he said, "Let me hear some of it." So this Bedouin was poor. He only had a bow and arrow and he had a camel. So he said to Asma'i, "Recite this Qur'an to me that I want to hear, the speech of Allah." So Asma'i started reciting from the beginning of Surah Al-Dhariyat, وَالذَّارِيَاتِ ذَرْوًا فَالْحَامِلَاتِ وِقْرًا, until we got to the ayah, وَفِي السَّمَاءِ رِزْقُكُمْ وَمَا تُوعَدُونَ. And in the heavens is your provision and what you are promised. When Asma'i recited this ayah, he asked, the Bedouin asked Asma'i, "Ya Asma'i, is this truly the speech of Allah?" Asma'i said, "Yes." He asked the second time, he couldn't believe it. "Is this truly the speech of Allah?" He said, "Yes, Asma'i." The Bedouin asked the third time, "Is it truly the speech of Allah Tabarak wa Ta'ala?" Asma'i said, "I swear by the one who said Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam with the truth, it is the speech of Allah Azza wa Jal." So the Bedouin, he grabbed his bow and arrow, he slaughtered his camel, and he broke his bow and arrow, and he walked away. And he said, and he was repeating the ayah, وَفِي السَّمَاءِ رِزْقُكُمْ وَمَا تُوعَدُونَ. And in the heavens is your provision and what you're promised. Asma'i was astonished. He thought, I've been reciting these ayat all my life, and it didn't have this effect on me. This man heard it for the first time, and look how it affected him. Asma'i didn't think too much about it. He left, he carried on his journey. Years later, Asma'i was in Hajj. He went to Hajj. He was in Mecca. And then he was in Mecca, he's in the Haram, he heard someone call his name, "Ya Asma'i, Ya Asma'i." He looked back, he saw a man. He didn't recognize this man was wearing very nice garments, he looked very good and so on. So he asked him, "Do you remember me?" He said, "No." He said, "I'm that man who asked you to recite to him the speech of Allah Azza wa Jal. I've come to hear the rest of it." So Asma'i said, "Okay." So he told him, "Carry on, is there more?" He said, "Yes." Asma'i started reciting Surah Al-Dhariyat again from the beginning. And he got to the ayah again, وَفِي السَّمَاءِ رِزْقُكُمْ وَمَا تُوعَدُونَ. And in the heavens is your provision and what you're promised. The Bedouin, when he heard this, he said, قَدْ وَجَدْنَا مَا وَعَدَنَا رَبُّنَا حَقًّا. We have found what Allah Azza wa Jalla promised us to be the truth. Allah provided for him. And then he said, "What's next?" Asma'i recited the next ayah. فورب السماء والأرض إنه لحق مثل ما أنكم تنطقون. Allah says, Allah swears by himself, by the Lord of the heavens and the earth, that the previous ayah, it is the truth. Just like you are speaking and uttering like right now, there's no doubt in that. The previous statement, there's no doubt in it. When the Bedouin heard this, he said, "Man aghdab al-jalil hatta alja'ahu ila al-yamin." Who angered Allah, so that Allah Azza wa Jalla had to swear to tell us that the previous statement is the truth. And he kept repeating this, and he was so shaken up by this that he took his last breath saying that. He died. Subhanallah. That's the effect the Qur'an had on him. This man who heard the Qur'an for the first time, this is how it transformed his life. Now, is there a single incident that I remember or you remember the Qur'an has transformed our lives?